Good morning and welcome to the Cinderella Strong Show. I'm Brian Shepard. Today we have to talk about listening to low standards. So I've been having some conversations with women about relationships, and ladies, stop listening to people that bring your standards down. Let me just tell you, people sometimes they have really good intentions. Sometimes they don't. So you can't listen to everyone. If you have, let me ask you this question. Think about this. Who has set the highest standard for you in relationships? Like, who have you seen or who have you been in experience with and they took your standard and they set the standard for your relationships? For how you think about, let's say, a romantic relationship. Who has set the standard for a romantic relationship in your life? Who was the person that showed you how you should be treated? Who was the person that respected you, or who was the person that honored you? What did this person do? What was the standard that they set? Perhaps it was yourself. Perhaps you said, this is what I deserve. This is the standard I'm setting for myself. That's fine. But my question is, who set the standard? Right? So once you have this standard set and you realize, all right, this is who has set the standard. This is what my standard is. Everything that is lower than that you shouldn't be listening to that. Everything that goes beneath your standards are not conversations you need to engage in. Here's the problem. We set this standard and let's say it's a high standard. We set a standard and it's a high standard, and this high standard makes it challenging to get dates or have people that you're interested in. And so after a while, it seems like I'll never have someone that can meet my standards. This is not true. You set a standard for a reason. You set a standard to eliminate those that don't qualify. Now, if after setting the standard, you go back in and begin diminishing your standards, yeah, you'll have more opportunity, but you'll also have more headache. You set a standard to avoid the headache. You set a standard to get away from the riffraff and the people that don't qualify. Don't now all of a sudden, because you've been talking to your girlfriends or you've been talking to a family member that says, oh, you know what, you're so high maintenance, or some dude that's called you high maintenance, just because you've talked to them, don't all of a sudden now diminish your standards because they have a low value of you. See, that's what it is. They value you at a certain kind of way, so then they say, you know what, it's okay for you to drop your standards down. That's no good. Don't drop your standards down just because of their low perspective about you. You have a higher standard, so stay with it. Think about this. If you've ever seen track and field, and during a track and field event, they have the pole vault or the high jump, and they have a bar. And the person runs up and they catapult themselves over the bar. That's your standard. That bar is the standard. So anyone that wants to be in a certain kind of relationship with you needs to not just see the bar, because so what we need to do is not just set a bar, but make sure that someone excels the bar. Make sure they are exceeding that bar. Make sure they are going to a new level. They're taking you higher, because that's what you are meant to do. You are meant to rise in love. Rising in love means you're going to be elevated, that your perspective is going to be at a new place. If you have a bar, you've already lived there. You've already had that experience. Now it's time for you to be in a relationship with someone that takes you higher. If someone is not able to take you higher, they're not ready for you. You are a person, you are a woman that now is being shaped and molded and prepared for something greater, not something that has already been. So those people that are talking to you and telling you that you are doing a disservice by comparing yourself to someone else that you've been in a relationship that did so great, you're not doing a disservice, you are doing a service to them. When you set a bar and someone doesn't measure up, you have to tell them, hey, you need to grow, you need to grow up. You need to take yourself to another level in growth and development. And if that person wants it, they'll respond to that and they'll grow. They'll step up to the challenge. But it's not for you to diminish. If you diminish, you will hurt yourself in the long run. Don't do that. Stay focused on your excellence. Be beautiful, be amazing, be strong. Keep your bar high. Love you all very much. Talk to you again soon.